Nicolas Cage gets a lot of either fanboy praise or critical bashing for his movies. There's typically not a middle ground reaction, at least lately. Pig is his newest outing, and I went in blind. I hadn't seen a trailer, nor read any descriptions. All I knew is that it was Nicolas Cage and possibly something to do with a bacon maker. A truffle hunter who lives alone in the Oregonian wilderness must return to his past in Portland in search of his beloved foraging pig after she is kidnapped. So Nick Cage plays Rob, a guy who's kind of a hermit. He lives alone out in the forest with his pig, and he digs up truffles for a guy who then sells them to restaurants. Now, the pig is so cute and dog-like. She's furry and comes when Rob whistles. She'll nudge him as they walk along, and she sleeps in a bed next to him in his simple rustic cabin. Now, this has indie drama feel written all over it, and I say that in the most positive way possible. The filming is absolutely beautiful. The color palette is typically a drabber set of earth tones, and the filmmakers use shadows to their advantage. These don't obscure what we see, but help to soften scenes, almost romanticizing some and providing mystery in others. The story is told in 3 parts, and to be honest, in the first part, I felt like I was behind the game the entire time. I was playing catch-up for all of the information. We're not given any background on our characters, but we do learn quite a bit about Rob right from the opening sequences. Even though he's disheveled in his appearance, he has a sophistication, or at least a massive talent to him. We watch him prepare his dinner with just the utmost care and even expertise. And from this small scene, we learn that he's not just some hobo living out in the sticks. There's more to his past that is hopefully going to be revealed. Like I said in the synopsis, Rob's pig is kidnapped. And apparently this is something that does really happen in real life because the value of truffles is so high and the competition to find them is insane that people will do just about anything for the advantage to increase their wealth. The reason I felt like I was playing catch up in the first part is we were taken to an area with all kinds of truffle people, but it felt more like it was an illegal pot growing operation with some shady people in attendance. The story then takes us to Portland, and Rob goes to speak with another hobo-ish looking guy who seems to be from Rob's past. Their conversation is mysterious and intriguing, and all the while I'm trying to guess at where the story is taking us. There are even some more situations throughout this that the story slowly pieces together. Ultimately, they all do fit to create an incredibly compelling journey. The cinematography is beautiful. I was in awe at how gorgeous the shots are captured. And whether that's in aerials above the forest or capturing a look in a car mirror to even over-the-shoulder shots, each scene conveys so much emotional weight that you can't tear your eyes away. Now, some of the camera work felt handheld and shaky cam. I mean, not that we're running after the subject and everything is jostled and you just can't focus on anything, but just when a subject is stationary on screen, the camera sways back and forth, and it's evident that it's not locked down. And this became noticeable to me, but it wasn't something that drew me out of the story. There are other times, though, where the filmmakers show just incredible patience in a scene. One in particular is where Rob is speaking with somebody in a bakery. The camera is so far off that we can see the entire setting, but we can't really focus on the faces. The conversation goes on for a few minutes, and it's very significant to part of Rob's character, but the camera never moves in. Nor does the scene cut to show the two speaking where we can see their faces clearly, like in an alternating shot. The entire time the camera is pulled back to let us take in all of the movements, the body language, and of course the dialogue. Now, Nicolas Cage is phenomenal in this, and I'm not saying this as a fanboy who thinks the man can do no wrong or have no bad performance. He is stunning in this. He's quiet and deliberate in all his actions and dialogue. He's reserved, but he's not passive. And this really is a wonderful performance we get from him. He brings passion and depth to a character that is not fully exposed to us. I was drawn to him more and more as each moment passed and was actually surprised at how much I got sucked into his performance. To complement Cage is Alex Wolff. He plays Amir, the truffle buyer that you certainly would not call a friend to Rob. He does help Rob, though, on the journey to try and find the pig. And Amir is another flawed and damaged soul and unexpectedly finds a bit of camaraderie with Rob. Their dynamic is so powerful, and the way they feed off of each other's performance was incredibly engaging and sympathetic. It's amazing at how we watch Amir move from callousness to empathy through the course of the story. Adam Arkin also has a role in this, and it was great to see him in something again. He's Darius, another truffle buyer, and he brings a dark sadness to the screen. The interactions with Rob are frustratingly intense, but also quiet and calm at the same time. And I know that can sound like it might be a contradiction, but that's exactly how it felt, and it worked. While the impetus for the story is a man searching for his taken pig, the narrative really is about the journey of loss, grief, and reconciling those two things in life. To embrace the grief and loss is powerful, and to be able to move into and then through the pain just illustrates an incredible amount of growth and strength. And this is evident throughout the course of the story. These themes, they haunt my thoughts the more I dwell on what I watched. And the parallel between Rob and Amir is also cleverly told, and it's incredibly unveiled. Their story and path, they hold so many similarities, even though the circumstances are different. This creates a story that not only captures our attention, but it has the potential to speak to our souls and touch us in an awesomely emotional manner. Truly, I think this is a movie that will, and rightfully should, garner a ton of awards recognition. The story is marvelous, the cinematography is breathtaking, and the themes are devastatingly touching. And then the acting, it's phenomenal. I can see both Cage and Wolf being nominated, and I really think they should. So whether you're a massive fan of Cage or not, this movie is captivating and shows how extraordinary Nicolas Cage is when he's given the platform to do so. I was so blown away by this, and I truly can't wait to see it again. If you have the ability to check out Pig, do so. There's no sex or nudity, a bunch of profanity, and some violence. I give Pig 4.5 out of 5 couches. So are you a fan of Nicolas Cage? What's your favorite movie of his? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.